Is this the Weber residence?
Yeah, this is Mike.
Oh, of course, Mike, darling. May I please speak to Rick Lesley? And tell him it's very, very important.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't? What's wrong, darling?
They're not home.
Oh, of course they're not home. Well, do you think you might could leave a message?
Oh, sure. What is it?
Tell them that we have the sailor we've been looking for. Do you think you can remember that, darling? We have the sailor on the Haunted Star, the one that we've been looking for. Now, it's very, very important. You want me to repeat it?
No, why?
Just in case you don't remember it, darling.
It's okay. I got it.
Okay. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, darling.
Okay. You're welcome. Bye.
Mike, honey, I heard the phone. I was putting the roast in the oven. Who was it?
Oh, nothing. Hey, did you see roast?
Yeah. 3-rib standing beef.
With Yorkshire pudding?
With Yorkshire pudding. And the best brown gravy that you ever tasted.
That sounds great. I'm starved.
Oh, Edward, good. You're having a drink before dinner.
Well, Lila, for your information, I have had a drink every night before dinner since my mother took me off cornmeal mush.
Oh, do you like mush, dear? I must tell Stella.
You just tell that woman to get the food on the table. I am hungry.
That's what I came to tell you, dear. Dinner is served, but Monica isn't here.
Well, I think I can manage a few mouthfuls without her scintillating companionship. Now, come on, let's get started without her.
It's strange. When I called her at the hospital, they said she'd left hours ago. Oh, Monica, good, dear. Here you are at last.
Yes, my relief is profound. Now, can we eat?
I am awfully sorry I'm late, but I had some personal business to attend to, which, well, I have something to say to you, both of you.
Oh, really? Oh, isn't that nice, Edward?
Yes, I'm tingling with excitement. But whatever it is, it's just going to have to wait because I am going to eat now.
I'd better go with him, dear. If I'm not at the table, he bolts his food and then he bellows at poor Stella.
Well, you go ahead, Lila. As a matter of fact, what I have to say could possibly spoil your appetite. So, join Edward.
Lila!
Coming, dear.
Look, you can't keep me here. I gotta catch my ship.
Just sit down, will you, please? Don't get me nervous. Sit down. You're not going anywhere till Luke gets here.
Look, I'm on a crew of the Neptune. We're sailing tonight at high tide.
I wouldn't care if you're on a crew of the space shuttle. You're staying there till Luke Spencer talks to you. You understand what I'm telling you? Hey, pal, don't get me nervous now. I hadn't broke anybody's head in 2 days. The whole waterfront's looking for you, so Luke Spencer can ask you a couple of questions.
Questions about what?
I don't know.
I never heard of this Spencer guy.
You're going to hear about him.
Good. Look, I asked you, what's this guy want with me?
What I want with you, Buster, is this.
Kind of a nice payoff at the end of the day, you know?
Well, best way to come home.
Hello, you two.
Hello.
Listen, dinner's going to be in just about 10 minutes. Is that going to be all right?
That's perfect. Rick's not going to be home. It's just Amy and me, so we can eat whenever it's good for you.
You want me to put something hot away for him then?
No, there wouldn't be any point to it. He's doing an emergency bypass. He's going to be there for hours yet. Where's Mike?
He's in there supervising my rib roast. I think I better get back before he decides to fricassee.
Oh, terrific.
I wish Rick was going to be home for dinner. He was busy today, and I didn't get a chance to ask him about something.
What?
Well, I figured since the waterfront clinic doesn't have a nurse on duty, that I would volunteer my time, you know, after my classes and my regular work schedule.
That is so thoughtful of you. How considerate. I don't believe for 1 minute that the fact that Johnny trains next door has anything to do with it.
Oh, Wes, he doesn't have any time for me anyway. He's really busy training for his fights.
Yeah, I know. I'm not real thrilled about all that training, I don't think. I don't know.
We still haven't been able to figure out how a young man can have a heart attack in the middle of a boxing match. And 18 months later, there's no sign of it, not anywhere. The EKG that we did today, nothing. No scar tissue, nothing.
Then you should be able to tell if he has had a heart attack, even though he's been in good health for a long time, right?
It will almost always show up. If you don't see it on an EKG, you're going to see it on an angiogram, or you'll see it on a CAT scan. Johnny has had everything. He had every single test that we could possibly give him. And we don't find any evidence anywhere of a heart attack.
You guys don't think he had one, do you?
I don't know what I think. I just know it bothers me. And I know that Rick is very determined to find out what's going on and how this could be.
Hey, I didn't even know you were home.
I'm home. You didn't know because you were too busy being a Scoffier.
Being a what?
Not a what, honey, a who. He's a very famous chef, a man.
Oh. Oh, I forgot. Tiffany called. She called from Luke Spencer's boat, The Haunted Star. Is that right?
That's right. Is that the whole message?
No, she told me to tell you. She told me to be sure to tell you that she found some sailor.
Start talking, pal, and make it good, because I got no time for chit-chat.
Talking about what? You people are all off the wall. You know that?
Is that it? You want encouragement? We'll do it your way. Wait a minute. Just 1 second here. Tiffany, are you sure this is the right guy?
I'm positive it's the right guy. The only reason you couldn't identify this man with my description is because he shaved off that stupid beard.
So what? Is that a big federal case all of a sudden?
Wait, shut up. This is the guy you saw at Benny's, right?
Robert, I would stake my last diamond on it, darling. This guy walked into Benny's and he tried to hawk that necklace.
All right. Is that the truth, man? And don't lie, because I ain't got time, sucker. Did you try to hawk this necklace?
So what?
So what? Then you tell me about it, and you do it fast.
What's the tell? I went in a joint to raise a few bucks. I showed the guy the necklace, and all of a sudden this crazy dame came unglued.
All right, then you admit it. This is the necklace. This necklace you tried to hawk, right?
What do I have to do? Draw you a picture? Sure, I had it. What do you get for that? 20 years and a pin?
Shut up. Well, there you go. He's admitted he had the necklace. Let's take it from here.
Flicker, you want to borrow my make-em talker?
What is this?
Listen, look. What I'd really appreciate from you two is if perhaps, you could, well, go back and mind the store for me, huh?
You got it.
Do I have to go, Robert?
I think it's a good idea, love. As I recall, you faint at the sight of blood.
Yeah, me too.
Ragu introduces...
Robert, why don't we let Tiffany answer the phone in the club? I think we're going to be a little busy.
Right.
Okay, sailor man. Where'd you get the necklace?
Look, that necklace isn't hot, so I don't have to...
Sit down!
No way, crazy man. You had your fun. Now I'm going to my ship.
All right, your whole life, too. All right, now listen. That necklace belongs to my wife. Do you understand? My wife! And she was wearing it the night she disappeared, pal.
Let me go, will ya?
No, I'm sorry. You just tell me where you got the necklace, and everything will be fine. Otherwise, you're going to look at your face from the other side of the room.
Come on, now. Be a good boy. Tell him what you had to do with his wife's disappearance.
Nothing. You're lying, man. Tell me the truth, or I'm going to kill you. I swear.
Yeah.
I swear I'm going to kill you. Let me go.
Tiffany, Mike just gave me the message. It's true you've got the sailor?
It's true, Leslie. Luke and Robert just got back here to the boat, and they're questioning him right now in Luke's stateroom.
Has he said anything?
Oh, he hadn't said a word when Robert made me leave.
You think maybe I should come over there?
Why don't you just stay there, Leslie, so I can at least get in touch with you? Believe me, when I left that stateroom, that sailor was being so unhelpful, and it may take Luke and Robert some time to bring him around.
But he had her necklace. He's got to talk.
Oh, I think he's going to talk. Luke seemed very determined about that one. I tell you what, I'll go back to the stateroom and find out, see if they found out anything, and then I'll give you a call either way, okay?
Oh, yeah, please, right away. He's got to know something. He's got to have answers.
Answer me. What do you know about my wife's disappearance?
Look, if you just calm down a minute, I'll tell you.
Listen, can I make a suggestion here?
What?
Let me spell it out for him. Maybe I can jog his memory a little.
All right, go ahead.
Wedding photograph. Where is it?
It's over there near the bed.
You know this girl?
No.
You've never seen her before at all?
I just told you, no, never.
That's his wife. She disappeared off the waterfront on January the 15th.
What do you mean she disappeared?
Just what he said, stupid. She disappeared. She was wearing this necklace, the same necklace that you tried to pawn off on Benny the Fence.
Now you think about that. She disappears and we find her purse.
Empty.
And you turn up with the necklace. What does that add up to, huh? You mugged her. Maybe even worse.
What'd you do to my wife? Nothing. Nothing. I can prove it.
Hold it. Wait.
I can prove it.
How?
Look, you just said January 15th.
That's right, the night she disappeared. Go on.
I was at sea that night. I wasn't anywhere near Port Charles.
You're lying, man.
It's the truth. So help me. You can check it in the ship's log. We were at sea.
What's the name of the ship?
The Neptune. We sailed on January 12th from Portland. We didn't put in again till our next port of call.
Where was that?
Charleston. We put in there on the 17th of January.
Hey, you're really good with the dates. Hey, you got a whole damn cat. You rehearsed this?
Look, I know the dates because January 14th was our captain's birthday and we had a party for him in a mess.
You said we could check this in the log?
That's right. The Neptune.
It's in port now?
It's berthed in Pier 9. Huh? Look, we're due to sail in high tide tonight. I've got to be aboard.
What's the name of the captain?
Captain Hawthorne.
You want to check that out, man?
Definitely.
Hey, then I can go?
You stay right where you are, pal. Maybe you were in Port Charles, and maybe you weren't. But none of this explains how you got my wife's necklace.
Captain Hawthorne gave it to me.
Oh, come now.
It's the truth. Ask him.
Don't think I won't. And while I check that out, you're going to stay right here and be comfortable. Is that okay with you, Robert?
Fine. You check out this guy Hawthorne. Well, our friend and I will be waiting for the good news.
Great. Where would I find Hawthorne about this hour, huh? On the boat?
Not yet. He usually boards as late as he can.
Well, darling, what have you found out?
Well, that remains to be seen.
Oh, Leslie just called, darling. Rick is tied up in surgery, and she wanted to know if she should come over.
No. No. You call her back, tell her to meet me at the harbor master's office in about 10 minutes, all right? Thanks, Dave. Operator, this is an emergency. Connect me, please, to the harbor master, Port Charles Harbor. If he's not there, it's very important. Find his home number and get me to him, please.
What's up with Luke?
Well, you see, Barnacle Bill has spun us quite a yarn here. He's just sort of checking on the facts of the matter.
Oh, sir. That was fast. This is Luke Spencer. I'm aboard the Haunted Star. Could you meet me in your office in 10 minutes? Please. No, sir, this is an emergency. Thank you. Buy him a drink.
Alan, please don't.
Don't what?
Bury yourself in that newspaper.
Oh.
Come on, I've been waiting all night long to find out what happened with that apartment. Did you get it?
No, I didn't. Matter of fact, I've lived there before.
Well, if you've lived there before, then you must like it. You didn't get it. How come? Does that mean you've changed your mind? You're not going to move out on us?
Susan, you have the most unfortunate habit of jumping to conclusions, and invariably the conclusions that you jump to are wrong. First of all, I cannot live in this house anymore with you because of the circumstances. I have told you that before.
Sorry.
My attorney has been quite clear with me. He said if I even want to get, even partial custody of my son, and you know how important that is to me, I have to clean up my act.
Didn't realize it was dirty.
I'm not laughing because it's not funny. My attorney was very explicit with me. He said that once I get into the courtroom with Monica and I start demanding even partial custody of my son, I haven't got a prayer as long as I am living in sin with my mistress.
Living in sin?
Living in sin. It does not matter what you and I think. The fact is that Monica's lawyer, that's what they're going to call it, and the judge will undoubtedly agree with that. I must not and I cannot keep living in this house anymore.
But still, you didn't take the apartment. Why not?
Unfortunately, somebody got there before me and rented it.
Oh. Well, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm glad.
You're glad?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because that way I get to keep you here with me just a little bit longer.
I strongly urge you that you join me in a brandy, Lila. Judging the expression on Monica's face, I'm sure we're both going to need some fortification.
Oh, that's very thoughtful of you, dear. But, you know, I never drink brandy, except, of course, when I have a cold. And then I take just a tablespoonful with a little hot water and just a touch of brown sugar.
Mm-hmm. Well, is that what you would like this evening? Some brown sugar?
Oh, heavens no, dear. I haven't had a cold all winter.
Very well, I think I'll have a double. Sustenance for both of us. All right, Monica. Are we about to hear your earth-shaking announcement, or aren't we?
Oh, well, it's not exactly earth-shaking, Edward. But it might be a bit of an inconvenience for both of you, and for that I do apologize. The fact of the matter is, I have rented a penthouse apartment, and I'm going to be moving into it very shortly with Alan Jr.
Well, if you're asking me to help you pack, my dear, of course I will, and I'm sure Stella will, too.
Lila,
Mm-hmm.
let Monica finish. I have the distinct feeling there's more to come.
You're absolutely right, Edward. You see, since I'm going to be moving, well, earlier than expected, the Pages would like to move in as soon as they can.
Oswald III.
Yes, Edward, the new owners. Oswald Page.
Mm-hmm. The third.
Oh, such lovely people. As I recall, they're expecting their first child 2 years from now.
Lila, will you please stop this prattling and think? I believe what Monica's trying to tell us in her customary oblique way is that if Oswald Imbecile III and that cretinous wife of his are moving in, we are about to be moved out. Or am I misreading you, Monica?
Absolutely not. Right on.
I thought so. Well, well, well. So we're out in the cold, are we? When?
Well, as soon as possible. I hope you really have started looking for a house.
We have a house, Monica. This one.
I told the real estate agent that the house, this house, is going to be empty very soon. Empty, Edward. That includes you. And you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to check on the baby.
She's really enjoying this, you know. Underneath that heart of solid steel, she's laughing her head off.
Really, dear? Did she say something amusing?
Oh, no. There's nothing amusing about it. It is tragic. Being tossed out in the cold like a couple of rotten old fish. It's outrageous. Well, I'm not going to stand for it, Lila, and neither are you.
I'm not, dear.
Oh, I should say not. Not as long as there's a breath in my body. We are going to stop that woman and stop her cold right in her tracks.
Yes, dear, but how?
Well, that I do not know. But I sure do know how to start. I'm calling Alan.
Edward?
Yes.
Give him my love.
You're about ready to go upstairs? I am.
I can't go to sleep that soon after eating dinner.
Neither can I.
Oh.
I just thought it might be nice to relax a little bit up in the bedroom, you know.
I see.
Unless, of course, the idea doesn't appeal to you.
No. I think the idea is very, very appealing.
Good.
I will lock up the house for the night.
Good. If that's the hospital, tell them you're not on call.
Dr. Quartermain.
Alan, this is your father.
Oh, yes, I know the voice.
You know, Monica's just informed your mother and me that she's taking your son and moving into some penthouse.
Yes, I know that as well.
Well, do you also know that she's told us to get out? She's promised those idiots who bought the place that they can take possession ahead of time.
How soon?
Well, how should I know? I'm sure she'd prefer if we left tonight if we could. I tell you, Alan, this is intolerable.
I agree with you.
Well, good. Then do something about it.
What do you suggest?
Well, my dear boy, if I had any suggestion, I wouldn't be appealing to you right now. But I do know this. Your dear, helpless mother is crushed. Absolutely crushed, Alan. In fact, she just begged me to give her some brandy to help ease the pain.
I must say, Monica's behaved so badly in all of this. I don't know, Dad, but I will do something.
Well, good. Now.
I can't do anything now. I'll phone my attorney in the morning.
Well, why can't you call him now? I'm sure the old buzzard charges you plenty. Make him start earning his fee.
Look, will you please be reasonable? There's no sense calling him now. The office is closed.
How can you talk about being reasonable when she's ordered us out on the streets? Traps, baggage, and all.
I will call my attorney in the morning. And I will do something, Dad. I promise you. Thank you, Ben. We really appreciate this. And oh, I'm sorry. You know Dr. Weber, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Of course. I met her several times at the clinic. How are you, Doctor?
I asked Lesley to meet me here.
Well, what can I do for you, Luke? On the phone, you sounded like it was urgent.
Yeah, it's very urgent, Ben. I found the sailor I was looking for. Now, what I would like is if you can check out his story for me. First of all, he says he was on a ship called the Neptune. And secondly, he claims that the Neptune was not in port here in Port Charles on the 15th of January.
Which is the night that Laura disappeared.
Well, the Neptune's been in port all week. Berthed at Pier 9.
Well, I know that, but do you have any records that say that would be or not be in port on January 15th?
Let's take a look. Oh, let's see. Neptune. No, she was at sea on the 15th, en route from Portland to Charleston. Didn't even put in at Port Charles at all.
All right, so much for that. Next step. I very much need to talk to the captain of that ship. This Spud says the captain's name is Hawthorne. Is that true?
That's right. Ed Hawthorne. I've known him for years.
Where could we find him? On board the Neptune?
No, in the first place, the Neptune was due to set sail about an hour ago.
Oh, no. Where's she bound?
Well, let's take a check. As I remember, it was someplace in South America. Oh, yes, here we are. It's Crockett's, Venezuela.
Oh, we're getting all the breaks, aren't we? All right, Leslie, I'm going to have to follow it up because he swears he got Laura's necklace from that captain.
Yeah, well, I don't think we have any choice, of course.
What I'll do, I'll fly to Caracas. I'll meet the boat when it comes in. Do you have any record or schedule of when it's supposed to arrive?
If you're thinking of talking to Captain Hawthorne, you can save yourself a trip. He's not on board.
But you just said they sailed an hour ago.
It did, but for this voyage, the company assigned a new captain.
Where's Hawthorne?
Well, I imagine he's still here in Port Charles. Now, mind you, I can't be sure of that, but it's a pretty good bet.
Okay, good. Then where can I find him? Do you have a home address or anything like that on him?
No, I haven't, Luke. Usually when captains come ashore, they'll stay with friends or go to a hotel. I really don't think there's any way you can locate him tonight at all.
Well, but do you know why he didn't sail with the ship? See, if we knew that, maybe it would help us find him.
I'm sorry. I have no idea. I think your best bet is to wait until morning, call the North Star shipping lines, and they can probably tell you.
General Hospital will continue in a moment.